Thanks. Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to PegaWorld 2026 and this, our Launchpad session. I'm John Huehn. I head up Launchpad for Pega, and we have an action-packed agenda for you this afternoon. In the next 90 minutes, we'll talk about big, exciting changes in our industry. We'll announce and introduce some new capabilities that you've never seen from us before, and you're going to hear from some great speakers and customers who are doing amazing things on the Launchpad platform. Some that are developing powerful products that generate meaningful outcomes, some that are harnessing AI in regulated industries, some with agents that do work for their customers, and some who are bringing together a new set of tools to pioneer on the leading edge of change. And of course, we're going to celebrate some great achievements and hand out our second annual Launchpad Awards. The competition has been incredibly fierce this year, and our judges wanted me to tell you that they've really appreciated all of your lobbying efforts. I'm going to start by grounding our conversation with an overview of why companies love building on Launchpad. Then I'll talk about the importance of outcomes in the software industry. And then I'll talk about AI in development and runtime as massive efficiency drivers. Think about the solopreneur with $1 billion valuated business, something that was a dream just a short while ago, but now starting to come to reality. And then think about how the tool that enables their success can help you and your business, and maybe get you an office that's as slick looking as that with such a spectacular view. Launchpad is a platform on which you can build and manage really any workflow-centric B2B application. You can make it AI-powered, you can make it consumable by an unlimited number of customers or subscribers, and our mission is to make that as easy and cost-effective as possible for you. To build your app, Launchpad gives you AI-powered and low-code development tools like Blueprint, workflow automation, ready-built UX design, and integration capabilities that enable you to quickly and easily make something production-ready. And we're going to blow the doors off that a little more a little later on. We're going to show you a demo with some AI-powered development, some vibe coding, if you will, inside of Launchpad that I think is me stealing my own thunder. I'm going to let you see what that looks like a little later on. To deploy your app, Launchpad gives you an enterprise-grade, secure, scalable, managed cloud, your database, multi-tenancy, and more. It means your app doesn't just run on a laptop. It's not localhost, and you don't need a big cloud ops team. When you click deploy, we take your app live on production-ready, enterprise-grade architecture. Go ahead. Add your customers, add your subscribers, and when you do, Launchpad gives you subscriber management, configuration, identity management, dashboarding, and lots of other stuff that makes it easy for you to onboard and administer your subscribers. With Launchpad, your business can shift focus from DevOps and coding, or even interpreting massive amounts of AI-generated code, to IP development and differentiation, go-to-market, and the delivery of outcomes. As you'll hear from our customers on our panel a little later, whether you're looking to build and deploy new enterprise-grade, outcome-based solutions, or whether you want to enhance pre-existing, underperforming SaaS solutions to make them into outcome-generating solutions, or whether you need to replace tech debt-laden, expensive, labor-intensive applications that you built from scratch or on another platform, maybe before you knew Launchpad, Launchpad is the outcomes as a service platform to enable your success. Now, maybe you're thinking to yourself, why all this talk about outcomes? Well, that's the big change that's so exciting in our industry. For 20 years, companies bought software to help people do work. Today, for the first time, software is beginning to do the work itself, and that is a very big change. And when the work becomes the product, outcomes become the business model. Outcomes. That's what everybody wants. Not software, not tokens, not seats or users, not another login. Outcomes. But maybe you're saying, John, sure, but what I really want is I want AI. Of course you do, but not for the sake of having AI. Nobody wants more models or to spend more tokens. You want AI that delivers an outcome. Build my app, deploy it, run QA, find bugs, fix them, launch faster. With AI in design time or vibe coding, the outcome is your app, your workflow, your product. But then maybe you're saying to yourself, yeah, that's great, but what I really want is agents in my runtime. Well, of course you do. But not just because agents are the cool new thing or they look so darn cute. You want agents because they perform work. Agents that process claims, perform audits, generate leads, close deals, resolve support cases, agents that move work through an organization, agents that create value, agents that deliver outcomes. Coming up next, you and me. Delivering outcomes. As everyone in this room already knows, the world of software is changing dramatically right now. It's already an overused phrase to say SaaS is dead. I don't know that SaaS is dead. Certainly that sentiment feels very May 2026 to me right now, but I'm literally seeing large LLM companies post jobs to administer their SaaS solutions, even including CRM. But the story isn't about whether we're hearing the death toll for SaaS. It's about the fact that AI has fired the starting gun on something bigger, outcomes as a service. If you're in consulting or a systems integrator, AI is compressing strategy, planning, and development cycles, skinnying implementation processes and projects, reducing the need for people, which is a pain for your traditional business model. But it's also driving demand from customers to deliver not just the strategy, not just the implementation, but to deliver the actual outcome, which is a really big opportunity for you if you'll grab it. If you're a software company, the story's the same. The decades of selling software to be used by humans with pricing by the seat or the user or the license are evaporating. That's a change. But when the software and agents do the work itself, you have a whole new business model. Outcomes as a service. SaaS sold access to tools. Outcomes as a service sells completed work. And the promise of AI is that AI and agents can help work get completed autonomously end-to-end, not by having a bunch of agents trying to manage other agents, creating inconsistency that introduces risk to enterprises and regulated industries, but with predictable agents, guided and controlled by workflows. That's an incredibly exciting agentic proposition. And in this room today, we're going to throw fuel on that fire. We're going to show you some amazing agentically delivered outcomes, some real life agentically delivered outcomes. But as we do that, we're also going to acknowledge something else that's pretty important, that not every valuable outcome needs to be fully autonomous. A tremendous amount of work in the world is still human-centric. Real businesses rely on judgment, approvals, exception handling, governance, trust, and that's okay, because outcomes are still beautiful when they're delivered through systems that help humans move work faster, smarter, and more effectively through an organization. And this is why one of the most important enterprise models that's emerging today is agentic with humans in the loop. AI does the heavy lifting. Humans provide oversight where it matters. Because the biggest barrier to enterprise AI adoption today is no longer capabilities. It's trust. Well, trust and maybe increasingly token spend. So let's solve for both of those. On the right-hand side, human in the loop closes part of the trust gap. Workflow and deterministic logic beside that close the rest. Use AI in design time and where reasoning creates value. Use deterministic systems where repeatability matters. That puts trust and builds trust and keeps token spend focused where intelligence actually matters. Because intelligence without guidance, without control, that's not transformation. That's potentially a pretty wild science project. And sometimes that gets weird and expensive. Bet you wish you had a workflow. For many organizations, especially in regulated industries, the right combination of AI, workflow, deterministic logic, and human oversight becomes the ideal first step on their agentic journey. But none of this happens with an LLM alone. Outcomes require orchestration. Outcomes as a service requires enterprise-grade architecture, security, compliance, scalability, multi-tenancy, workflows, integrations, governance, operational controls. I spend a lot of time with a lot of AI-first companies. Many of them have vibe coded up an incredible application that just runs beautifully on a laptop. Often with mountains of AI-generated code underneath it would take a brilliant engineer weeks to decipher and understand. And then the enterprise shows up looking for those things that they require to ingest software into their businesses. Things like, I don't know, a SOC 2 certification. And then all of a sudden, the application that one person built requires a full team to operate it. And maybe it seems obvious to the group in this room, but if outcomes become the product, everything else has to change as well. Development, architecture, operations, economics. Launchpad was built to enable outcomes from day one, not as a bolt-on AI layer, but as a platform for building and deploying and orchestrating and governing and scaling outcome-driven software businesses. Really, that's the case of the 40-year heritage of Pega. And today, we're making outcomes easier to build than ever by combining AI-assisted development, again, what others call vibe coding, with our workflow automation capabilities and production-ready enterprise-grade architecture. We're going to show you that. And what that is doing is helping make it easier for you to move from idea to workflow to deployed agentic application to customer-delivered outcomes faster and easier than ever before.